Hey everyone, we are going to chat all about making sangrias with your loose leaf teas. This is so much fun and there are so many fun combinations that we can do. We have a ton of recipes, but I'm going to try to kind of keep it simple here and just talk about a few differences, and we're going to whip one up together. So in the catalog, spring summer season, we do have a whole spread on sangrias. So you'll see that there are some teas in here. They are fruit teas that specifically have sangria in the name. There's cherry sangria, cranberry rosé, Hawaiian pineapple, juicy blackberry, summer berry, watermelon berry, and mango lemon. So basically what we're suggesting is that these fruit teas will make an excellent pairing with your wines to make a lovely sangria. So we have this tea canter. This is designed as a decanter. You can put your wine in there, you can put your tea in there, and then it will filter out as you pour because we have designed a filter in the lid. So you can make your sangrias in there. We also have this Tipsy tea pitcher here. Well, it's actually called the Perfect Tea Pitcher. Comes with our Tipsy tea collection or on its own. I use both of these for making iced teas and for making sangrias. This is probably my favorite that I use more all the time. So we're going to use this one today. And what we're going to make is our mango lemon sangria. So this is a new fruit tea that we have for the spring and summer 2022 season. It is amazing. I have only had it as an iced tea so far. I've just cold steeped it overnight and had a beautiful infused water. So hydrating, so delicious. And I said to myself, this is going to be excellent with a white wine. So let's experiment and make the sangria together today. So in my Perfect Tea Pitcher, I have 2 cups of hot water that I've already put in there. And what we're gonna add is 2 of our pot scoops. This is our pot scoop. It's 1.5 tablespoons of this beautiful sangria tea. So 1 and 2. Of course, we're gonna kind of fast forward this recipe along. I'll just show you how nice this tea looks. This is what all of the fruit teas look like. They have nice big pieces of fruit. There's mango in here, there's papaya, there's apple, there's hibiscus, orange peel, lime, there's dandelion leaves. See, there's some cool stuff in there. I think that's cool. Safflower petals, lemon peel, natural flavors. And of course, always all natural ingredients. If only you guys could smell this tea right now. It is so good. So good. And in addition to the teas that I mentioned here, the sangria teas, you can use any of the fruity teas, any of the teas really, when you're making a sangria, okay? And fun fact, you do not have to use wine to make a sangria. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute too. But I would now let this steep. So this is made of borosilicate glass. You can use hot water in this. It is fine. You're not going to hurt it. Just make sure that you don't, use something cold with the hot. That's when you might crack. Okay, so normally I would just let that sit and steep for, 20 minutes, half an hour, even a couple hours. It doesn't hurt anything. You can't oversteep it, okay? But because my water wasn't like crazy hot, we're just gonna kind of fast forward here. So let's say this has already been steeping for like half an hour. Now I'm ready to add my wine, okay? So I've just got a nice Pinot Grigio here, which is one of my favorite wines. And keep in mind that when you're making your own sangrias, whether what you use depends on what you like. Some people really prefer sweeter drinks, so you might want to use a Moscato. You might even want to add some ginger ale or Sprite or something like that to it and have a nice sweeter, fruity, refreshing drink. If you prefer to keep it unsweetened, not totally unsweetened, but you could use a drier wine and then pair that with the sparkling water. That's what I typically do. Okay, so we're gonna add a whole bottle of this in. And this pitcher is like 1.9 liters. So, and so is that tea canter. You can actually fit 2 full bottles of wine in there. So if you wanted to skip all the extra stuff, just use straight up wine and a couple scoops of a fruit tea to flavor it, you could keep it real simple like that too. In fact, I really enjoy some of our deeper berried flavored fruit teas with red wine. So I will often use like the summer berry is beautiful with red wine and white wine actually. Summer berry sangria, or I think I forgot to mention that one. Or there's a Berry Mania fruit tea, which has a beautiful, deep, fruity flavor. Cherry Sangria is also another one with a nice, strong flavor. So sometimes I will use that just straight up with the wine. Sometimes I will pair it with like blackberry bubbly or something like that, and I'll kind of just give the wine a little bit of a spritz, which is nice. So, but what I've done here, and what I like about this is basically we're diluting the wine, right? So I used 2 cups of water. I made a nice strong tea concentrate. Then I added in the wine, and now I'm gonna add some flavored water on top of that. And it kind of like, it basically stretches your wine bottle. It doubles your wine bottle, right? And it makes for a nice, lighter, refreshing drink so you can have more glasses, right? So this is smelling incredible. Now, what else would I add to that? Since this is, think about how creative you can be. You know, we have a strawberry daiquiri fruit tea. You can pair that with like some lime sparkling water or some strawberry sparkling water. We have a peach schnapps fruit tea. You could pair that with like some coconut rum and some peach bubbly. Like the possibilities are endless. So this is mango lemon. Now I didn't have any lemons in my fridge. So normally I would probably squeeze some lemon into here and add some fresh lemons, but honestly, just use what you've got. That's what I want to say. So mango lemon, we are going to add in some frozen mango. So I did have that in my freezer. So I'm gonna add a little bit of frozen mango to here. Now, the only thing is if you wanna like eat this fruit, after you've drank the wine, you're gonna kind of have to be picking off some tea pieces from it, but you know what, it's doable. And then you really can't go wrong with adding in orange peel or orange wedges into a sangria. Honestly, red wine, white wine, any flavors, orange always goes. And another nice addition, I forgot to grab it, but I would maybe add some into here, is like a Cointreau or a triple sec. So a nice orange flavored liqueur. Add an ounce or 2 of that into your sangrias too, is lovely. You could add an ounce or 2 of a flavored vodka or a Malibu rum. You can have so much fun with this. So we've got that so far. Now, I am going to just add in some sparkling water. I'm gonna keep it real simple here. Now, if I had the new mango bubbly, I would use that. But we're just gonna use a plain San Pellegrino here. If I can get it open. Oh, there we go. And we're going to top it up. Now, normally what I would do after I've added this, like I've added the wine to my tea, I've added in some fruit, I might throw that in the fridge and just let all those flavors mingle together for like an hour. So, you know, just think a little bit ahead of time. And then just before serving, I'll add the sparkling water, or maybe like a half hour before serving. But this is really something that's great to serve if you've got company coming over, you're gonna go out and sit on the patio, it is perfect. This lid has a strainer in it, so you can leave those tea leaves in there and you can pour that out and it will strain as you pour. You might find, depending on what tea you've used, that it kind of gets a little bit gummed up sometimes on the screen. You might have to just give that a rinse once in a while to keep it flowing. And another thing to mention, I guess, is if you're adding in orange juice or pineapple juice or something that's quite pulpy, you might want to strain that first because that pulp really likes to collect on here. Same goes for the tea canter. You might have to rinse that lid off once in a while to keep it flowing. But there we go. That was really easy and really basic, and it's done. We also have a new watermelon berry sangria fruit tea, which is so nice. It has just a really refreshing watermelon flavor. So I am also looking forward to creating some sangrias with that one. Hawaiian pineapple sangria, one of my very favorites. It is so delicious. It is so tropical. I have paired that one with some pineapple juice and a white wine and coconut LaCroix, coconut rum, just really tropical and so good. Now, the last thing that I'm gonna mention before I let you guys go is if you're not a wine person and you wanna make these lovely sangrias, maybe you don't drink alcohol at all. You can still make some beautiful sangrias using fruit juices, sparkling waters. Some people use grape juice, like a white grape juice or a grape juice in place of the wine, following the same recipes. But one thing that I love using is ciders or seltzers. So here is a really great tip. Make the tea concentrate like I did earlier. Use whatever fruit tea you have, whatever fruit tea sounds good to you. You know, for example, let's say we use the Hawaiian pineapple sangria And I might use 2 or 3 cups of water, make a nice strong concentrate, and then add in a couple cans of apple cider or a couple cans of pineapple truly. And if you're not gonna use a whole pitcher, you just wanna make yourself a glass, it's a really great idea. So here I've got a blackberry bubbly. You could steep up a few cups of, say, our blackberry sangria fruit tea, and then pour half of your tea into a glass, some ice cubes, and half of this can into your glass, and you've got a nice light spritzer. You've just cut this in half, because I don't know about you guys, but I drink a couple of these and I'm like, okay, I've had enough now. That way I can drink like twice as much, because it's not gonna kick me in the pants so much. So these are a fun way to kind of clean out the fridge and pair with your fruit teas, make some really fun combinations, and just enjoy. And cheers to patio season, guys. Thanks for watching. And of course, if you have any questions about any of this, let me know. If you have a specific fruit tea that you have purchased or you're going to purchase and you need some ideas or recipes, just send me a message, because I have one. Likely, if I don't, I will create one just for you. All right, cheers, guys. Thanks for watching.